The American Airlines Arena in Miami was like a giant, shaking drum that night. More than 20,000 people squeezed into the seats. Everyone was shouting, screaming, clapping, stomping their feet so hard that the sound bounced off the steel beams above. It was so loud that it felt like the whole building might crack apart. The bright lights above the ring were hot and blinding, like tiny suns shining down. Huge TV screens showed every face and every punch. Camera cranes moved over the crowd like giant birds. Every single person in the arena could feel the ground shake under their feet. The air smelled funny. Sweat, beer, popcorn, hot dogs, and something else, pure excitement. This was not just another fight night. This was not just a normal sports show. No. This was madness. This was fire. This was electricity dancing through the air. And standing right in the middle of it all was the man who caused the chaos. His name was Dante Cyclone Cruz. Dante was tall, lean, and strong. His muscles looked like they were carved from stone. Tattoos curled down both his arms. His chest glistened with sweat. His eyes burned like wildfire. He wore his special black Taekwondo pants with a red belt tied around his waist, the ends loose and snapping whenever he moved. Dante had just won his latest fight, and the thrill of victory still raced through his blood. His unlucky opponent? He was being carried away, knocked out cold. His jaw was broken from Dante's vicious spinning heel kick. The man didn't even know where he was. The referee lifted Dante's arm for victory, but before the moment was even finished, Dante yanked the microphone away. The crowd went wild. Half the people cheered and screamed for him. The other half booed and cursed him. The noise was so loud it made the arena tremble. Dante grinned, his chest heaving up and down as he lifted the mic to his lips. His voice boomed through the giant speakers. Miami. Did you see that? Another one down. Another fool who thought he could stand against Cyclone. But just like the rest, he's lying on the ground, staring up at the lights. He twirled in a playful spin, pretending to kick again, his heel slicing the air. Then he slammed his foot on the canvas floor. Bam! The sound was so sharp it echoed like a gunshot. I told you already. Dante roared. Nobody touches me. Nobody beats me. I am untouchable. The people in the seats exploded with noise again. Some screamed with joy, loving his bold words. Others screamed in anger, hating his cocky smile. Cups of soda, beer, and handfuls of popcorn rained down from the crowd, but Dante didn't care. He only laughed harder, louder, feeding on the storm of voices. He strutted around the ring like he owned the world. He pointed at random people in the audience, mocking them, teasing them. Go ahead. Boo me. Your hate makes me stronger, he shouted. Look around you. This is MY Arena, my house. Every fighter they bring to me ends the same way. They fall. They break. They crawl away like weak little animals. Dante's eyes glittered like sharp glass. He wasn't done. Send me boxers. Send me wrestlers. Send me MMA punks. I'll smash them all. I don't care who it is. They all end the same way, flat on their backs, begging me for mercy. The booing grew louder. It was like thunder rolling through the walls. Some fans began chanting in unison, "Sit down. Sit down. You suck. You suck." But Dante only smiled wider. He raised his arms high like a music conductor leading a band made of angry voices. He was the master of chaos. Then suddenly, he stopped. His smile faded. His chest rose and fell as he panted. Sweat dripped from his chin. He lowered his voice to a deep, dangerous growl into the mic. You all cheer for heroes. You all wish for someone to shut me up. But let me make this clear. There is not a man alive who can touch me. I am Cyclone. I am the storm that destroys everything in its path. Untouchable. Unstoppable. Invincible. And then Dante froze. His words died on his lips. The camera swung, across the arena, searching, and then zoomed in. The big screens lit up with the face of a single man sitting in the front row. Jason Statham. The crowd went completely insane. The noise was louder than ever before. It felt like the roof might blast off the building. Jason. 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 The fans chanted. Jason sat completely still. He didn't move a muscle. He looked calm, almost too calm. His bald head gleamed under the bright lights. He wore a plain black t-shirt and dark jeans. His arms were crossed. His face showed no smile, no anger, nothing at all. His eyes, cold and sharp, locked directly on Dante in the ring. Like a hunter staring at prey. Dante blinked.
Then he smirked.
Then he broke into loud, wild laughter, pacing the ring like a hyena circling its meal.
"Oh, this is good. This is rich," he shouted.
Jason Statham,
The tough guy himself.
the big Hollywood movie star. Dante pointed at him with a sneer. "What's the matter, mate? You think acting in a few action movies makes you a real fighter? You think Hollywood training makes you ready for me?" The boos grew even louder.
"The Jason. Chants shook the arena.
Dante shouted again, louder, angrier.
"Come on then. Stand up. What's wrong, Jason? Scared?"
"Afraid Cyclone will embarrass you in front of all of Miami? Or maybe you're smart enough to stay in your seat where you belong." But Jason did not move.
He didn't even blink.
His cold stare stayed locked on Dante, and the entire arena went silent, waiting to see what would happen. Dante's face twisted with fury. His voice cracked as he screamed into the mic, shaking with rage. "You don't belong in my world." "You're just an actor," Dante shouted, his face twisted with anger.
A fake.
"If you come into this ring, I'll beat you faster than all the others. I'll smash you in front of your fans. I'll leave you broken on the mat where everyone can see. They'll watch you fall." Jason didn't move right away.
He sat still for a moment, almost too calm.
The crowd was waiting, their voices loud, stomping their feet, chanting his name. Finally, Jason stood up.
Slowly. Calmly.
His movements were steady, like he wasn't worried at all. The roar from the crowd was so big it didn't even sound like noise anymore. It was like the whole building was shaking. People jumped out of their seats, waving signs, screaming Jason's name. But Jason didn't look at them.
He didn't wave. He didn't smile. He walked forward.
His steps were measured.
No rushing. No fear.
He climbed up onto the barricade, swung his legs over, and stepped into the ring. The fans screamed even louder. Jason walked right up to Dante and stopped. They stood nose to nose.
Two fighters. Two enemies. The bell rang. Round 1. Dante exploded forward.
He was fast, like lightning. His legs snapped up in a roundhouse kick straight at Jason's ribs. Jason lifted his arm and blocked. The sound echoed across the arena, crack. Like wood breaking against wood. Dante spun fast, aiming another kick, a back kick this time. Jason slid just enough to the side. The kick missed him by inches.
The crowd gasped. Jason hadn't even flinched.
Dante gave a sharp smile. "Not bad for an old man," he said.
He charged again.
His legs flew like weapons.
A front kick. An axe kick. A spinning heel.
The air hissed every time his foot cut through it. The crowd oohed and awed at his speed. But Jason stayed cool. He lifted his elbows.
He blocked his arms.
He stepped back just far enough so the blows didn't land. He looked like a stone wall, calm and unshaken. Then Jason struck. Quick as a flash, he fired 2 hard jabs into Dante's ribs.
Dante grunted.
Then Jason followed with a short, mean elbow right across Dante's jaw.
Crack. Blood sprayed out.
The crowd roared so loud it shook the ring.
The bell rang.
Round 1 was over.
Round 2 began.
Dante wiped blood from his mouth, his eyes burning with rage. He screamed and spun into action.
He was a storm of kicks, flips, and strikes.
A spinning heel kick flew at Jason's head. A flying side kick shot toward his chest. He even flipped backward into a kick, his legs snapping like blades. The crowd was amazed at Dante's speed and style. But Jason wasn't impressed. He stood like a chess master, seeing each move before it happened. He ducked under one kick. He slid aside from another.
He blocked a third.
Then he attacked with brutal precision. A crushing uppercut to Dante's ribs. A knee slammed into his stomach. An elbow smashed across his cheek. Blood poured down Dante's face now. He stumbled back, gasping for air. Cruz is on the attack, but Statham is cutting him down piece by piece. The commentator screamed into the microphone.
Round 3.
Dante's rage boiled over. He screamed at the top of his lungs and leapt into his strongest, deadliest move, his cyclone kick. He spun through the air like a cyclone, foot whipping toward Jason's skull. But Jason ducked at the perfect second. He stepped forward inside the kick and slammed a massive right hook into Dante's jaw. Crack. The sound was like a gunshot. Dante's body spun from the impact. He staggered, eyes dazed, legs weak. Jason moved in like a predator.
Jab. Jab. Hook to the body. Elbow to the face. Knee to the chest. Each hit landed hard. Dante's body bent under the blows. His legs trembled. He looked ready to collapse. But with one last burst of desperation, Dante screamed and launched into a final flying kick, throwing his whole body forward. Jason sidestepped smoothly. He caught Dante's leg midair, twisted hard, and slammed him down onto the mat. Boom! The whole ring shook. The crowd went absolutely wild. People were jumping, screaming, throwing their fists in the air. Jason crouched low. He grabbed Dante by the collar, pulled his face close, and whispered coldly, "Game over." Then Jason punched Dante one last time, straight in the jaw. Crack! Dante went limp. Out cold. The referee rushed in and waved his arms. The fight was over. The bell rang. The arena exploded like a volcano. Fans screamed so loud it sounded like thunder. They chanted Jason's name in unison. Jason! 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 Jason stood over Dante's broken body. His chest rose and fell with deep breaths, but his eyes stayed calm, steady, sharp. He bent down, picked up the microphone, and lifted it slowly. The crowd hushed. Jason's voice was low, deep, and rough. "You talked too much. You mocked these people. You mocked me." But tonight, Cyclone just got blown out. The crowd erupted again, even louder than before. Fireworks blasted in the rafters. Cameras shook from the noise. The chants grew so strong it felt like the whole city could hear them. Jason let the microphone fall from his hand. It hit the mat with a heavy echo. Then he turned and walked out of the ring. He didn't wave. He didn't smile. He just walked, calm as ever, leaving Dante Cruz unconscious, beaten, and forgotten. That night in Miami, the legend of Jason Statham was sealed forever.